Interview.
So in Gears of War 3 multiplayer, we have a new mode, which is new to the franchise, but not new to the shooter genre of Team Deathmatch. And it's important to note that when we put things into Gears, we twist them our own certain way to make it kind of Gears-like. And one thing we've done is it's not just a matter of getting to a certain score and wow, the match is over, that was fun. You essentially deprive the other team of respawns. So what ultimately happens is, for a little while, it's regular Team D, people are spawning in and they're having fun. Then after a certain point, you run out of lives, and it turns into a last man standing type situation, which results in some great dramatic situations in the playtest lab. On top of all that, we've taken some of our previous modes, and one of them, which was kind of called Submission. It was basically a mode where you kind of try and capture an AI and hold it, right? We've changed that so it's capture the leader. So one player on the COG is Chairman Prescott, the player on the Locust is Queen Mira. You spawn, and you basically have to capture the leader, take him hostage, and take him somewhere in the map and just hang on to him for a certain amount of time, which has proven to be quite a bit of fun. On top of it all, we used to have modes like Annex, where it was kind of a territory control mode and things like that, and it kind of was a little fuzzy as far as what the rules were. We've consolidated and changed that and modified it and streamlined it into a mode that's essentially a territory-based mode, where it's King of the Hill. So find the circle, hold it, sap it to the points, get a certain percentage point to win, and then it moves to another location, which has provided some very strategic and fun matches for us. So the weapons, of course, are one of the great things people love about Gears of War, and we've added in a sawed-off double-barrel shotgun. And this gun is really like it's a cone of death in front of you. If you go more than a few feet away from somebody, it doesn't do too much damage. But you can actually catch 2 to 3 people in your spread and jib them immediately, which is amazingly gratifying.
We wanted a new assault rifle, and so that's where we came up with the Retro Lancer, sort of the Lancer pre the Emergence Day. So it's like when the humans were fighting humans. It's got a traditional bayonet, but it's got an awesome charge. You can charge into somebody and throw them like a bale of hay, which is fun. But also to the novel like the Digger, where you can actually shoot a grenade underground and it pops up behind cover and flushes people out of cover. To the new heavy like the One Shot, which is this really heavy sniper that can blow through a mauler with his shields with a single shot. So we had the full gamut from and then we even did things like changing the pistol, like the Gorgon pistol went from being sort of those burst fire and single fire to now in its sort of the next incarnation, it's actually a submachine gun. So it's really good for meat bagging or meat bagging and using the Gorgon.
On top of that, we have the Hammer Burst returning. It's semi-automatic. Pull the trigger and fire as fast as you can almost. And we have iron sights, which is a first in the franchise, so you can actually zoom in and see your enemy closer and take them out from a longer distance. So everything covered from super close range, the sawed-off double-barrel shotgun, all the way through to the Hammer Burst.
Well, there's lots of new stuff you can do in terms of abilities in Gears of War 3. I mean, there's the mantle kick, which is a way of kind of rewarding the aggressor when 2 people are on the same piece of cover, just on opposite sides. You can actually mantle into them and knock them and get a shot off. But there's also things like, with the Retro Lancer charge, we've got things like being able to spot now, where you can spot an enemy for your teammates and call it that you see an enemy. The new TACOM has new things you can see. You can actually spot, go to a new map and find it where the power weapons are going to spawn right away. There's all kinds of sort of layers we've added into the core gameplay, which just made it that much easier to play in terms of a new player coming to it, but also even deeper too for core players. And then on top of all of that, what we've done is we've added our executions in a way that we wanted them to be unlockable. We wanted them to be something you earn for prestige and that you use to gain extra experience. And by doing that, we decided to have people earn them back. So we basically pulled all the executions away, and then you unlock them as you use particular weapons. But what it does mean is that every weapon has its own unique execution now, unlike Gears 2, where there's kind of hit or miss.
So some of the characters we have that are playable in multiplayer, we haven't really announced the final set as far as the actual number of them. You can play as the Locust Queen in multiplayer now. She's gone from kind of her regal type of dress to like battle armor now, and she's in there with everybody else kicking butt. Females are very well represented in this game now. You have Anya, who of course was the dispatcher previously in the game, and now she's a tough soldier, seeing as it's been 18 months since the last game. You also have Sam Byrne, who's another really, really tough female, kind of has a slightly darker complexion, has a little bit of an attitude, voiced by Claudia Black, of course, who's just a wonderful voice actress. As well as unlockable characters, right? We have, you can play as, Augustus Cole, the Coal Train, right? But you can also unlock his thrashball outfit, being, of course, the sport that he used to play. So seeing this guy who essentially looks like a football player running around and beating the crap out of these locust creatures is immensely gratifying. We hope players want to continue to grind and unlock these things.
So we have lots of new maps. I mean, I think so far we've revealed 5 of the new maps that we have, and we have everything from, Trenches, which is sort of a locust-themed map, which has a sandstorm that blows in when you hear the horn roar, to Thrashball Stadium, where Cole used to play, to Overpass, which is a sinking map that over time will actually go into the underground as you're playing. And so it doesn't change the battlefield, but it does give a sort of cosmetic change to the world and makes the maps feel a lot more interactive and dynamic.
one of the mantras we have for Gears of War 3 is if you've never played a Gears game before, like, just give this one a go, right? Because we're going to recap the story very well at the beginning. You're going to know exactly what's going on. When you get into the online space, we wanted to make sure that it wasn't just, welcome to Gears, here's a shotgun to the face, now wait 3 minutes to play again for that same experience. The hardcore love it, the casual gamers might not so much. By adding Team Deathmatch, that's going to help, so players can maybe only wait 10 seconds in a spawn queue, and then they get back in and they get to get some kills and start the experience grind, right? On top of all that, we were putting in a feature that I think might be slightly controversial, but I think is going to help the game in the long run. It's kind of a newbie assistance to the game, whereas we detect if you've never played Gears 1 or Gears 2, have no achievements, you get a little bit of help for your first 10 kills, get a little bit of extra health, get a little bit of a damage boost. So we can give them a little bit of the taste of how good it feels to take somebody down in the Gears world. So hopefully, by the time this thing eventually wears off, the training wheels are off and they can kill everybody else with equal skill. So originally Gears 2 was slated to ship in April 2011. We have since made the strategic decision to ship it in holiday window for 2011.
We're really excited about the delay, actually. I mean, I understand why it's frustrating for some of the customers. And from our side, you know, the fact that we were completely on track for an April release, it is a little disheartening from that perspective. We were getting set up and we were starting to really close down the project and getting ready to ship it for April. But at the same time, there's a huge opportunity here, which is, you know, betas are not trivial. There's a lot of work to getting, you know, to go through cert and has to be polished enough to be able to get there, because everybody sort of treats it as a demo nowadays. It's not just a beta. And so to have a highly polished beta and have enough time to get fan reaction so that you can incorporate that reaction into it, it takes a lot of work and it takes time. And so that extra 5 months, you know, in that time period, we're going to be able to do that, and not only do it, but I'll do it on top of dedicated servers, so that we can actually really test the scalability and are the data centers in the right place, are we in the right place globally, all that kind of stuff. So we're really looking forward to having, you know, this really polished multiplayer experience when Gears 3 ships.
Game is coming out holiday 2011. Haven't locked down a specific date, but it's of course exclusively on Xbox 360.